Hey
Okay.
everyone, this is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life After Happiness. Today, I have my co-host Barbara with me. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I am. Hi, Johnny. Hi, everybody.
Hi. And today, our subject is going to be fear. The fears that we go through in our life. Like I was afraid of the beach one time, and I know that Barbara, you had a fear
Johnny, slow
of
down. Johnny. Afraid of what?
you had a fear of the phone for a while. Remember?
No, you said you had a fear of something. I
Oh,
thought
fear of the
I heard it.
beach. I had a fear of the beach.
Oh, really? Can you slow down, though? Okay. So, unless you have more to talk about of the topic that we are discussing tonight.
Well, I actually went to a hypnotist to get over my fear of the beach. And it worked a little bit, you know, but it was just but you know how fears are, they don't make any sense. Like,
Well,
and
that's not true because fear, maybe you've gotten hurt before.
mm,
I don't know. I thought about that a lot today, Johnny, because, well, my daughter, I don't know if it's a fear or not, but she does not want to go to the doctor. And it's always been like that. It's always been like that. It's very difficult to get her. Yes, when she had to get shots, it was horrible. They had to hold her down, even at a, you know, later age. And she will not get her ears pierced. She does not like pain. So that's good in a way, though, because she won't be wanting to get, like, tattoos, which they all are getting at
I
this
know.
young teenage age on their legs, even. So, in a way, I'm glad she is limp about it. But you go on with your examples.
Well, like I was always afraid. I was not afraid of getting a shot or anything, but and as far as like the dentist is concerned, it's not that I'm afraid of the dentist. It just seems like it's such a pain because every time I go, they find something. I mean, it's just very, very, you know, very frustrating. So you always get nervous. And you feel a little old when you go to the dentist.
A little what?
Old. I mean, how do you feel when you go to the dentist?
I wouldn't say old. I would never describe my feeling as feeling like I feel old going. That's odd. No, you
Because
explain. Why
well,
would you say
because
I
you know
feel
why?
old? That's
Because
weird.
when you get older, you're more prone to dental stuff. That's why.
I don't know. You mean you feel old after they tell you your outcome of your unhealthy status?
Yeah, I mean it's older. It's all the health stuff.
I don't feel old when I go to the doctor or go to the dentist. So, no, I cannot
What
relate to
about going
that.
to the
But
gynecologist?
no, I'm not going there with you or anybody.
Okay, okay.
No wonder doctors feel like they can be weird, because it's so casually talked about. Well, not on this show with me.
You're right. You're right. Okay, but I mean, like, what sort of? You said that you. I mean, how is it with your? How is it like with your phone? I mean, like a phone phobia. Does it still get to you?
Oh, well, maybe I called it a phone phobia. It's a little catchy, but it's not it's not something we're talking about fear,
Right.
okay? We'll have to decipher phobia and fear, but I would not say I have a fear of the phone, meaning phone calls. Would I have a fear? I thought about it many a time and researched it. I have a fear of, first and foremost, wasting time, whether it be my own time or their time. Just the whole anxiety of wondering if it is going to be a waste of time. Preparing for the right time for that maybe thing that you really don't have time for to waste, and it's just like that goes on and on and on and on. It is a thing that you think, oh my gosh, I know this is going to be an hour long phone call, and you only have that many hours in the day. So what it wasn't other people, and it was going to be boring or a waste of time. It was basically me putting my boundaries up of how much time do I personally want to give to, it's not personally to them,
Hmm.
to a phone call. So then I started doing that, which you do know, Johnny, that I did do that change, and I don't have a phone fear or a phone phobia. So I wouldn't say that is a fear. Okay, let's get into some other examples, though, of fear that maybe you have. I can't think of a fear that is so great that I'm not doing something. Are you talking about emotionally, or are you talking about maybe something we wanted to do when we were younger, but now we just think,
I
oh
will tell you
gosh.
what is interesting is that my sister Tasha, okay, has a horrible, horrible fear of cockroaches. But, but
Of what?
cockroaches.
Uh,
Okay,
Cockroaches. Oh no, I'm with her on that one. That
but
is
here's the thing.
bad.
But here's the thing. Cat Tasha loves spiders because spiders kill cockroaches. To her,
Mm.
spiders and her are on the same team.
Well, yeah, but does that mean she likes the spider? Can't she
Yes,
dislike both?
she likes the
Why? I don't get
spider,
it.
but she hates the cockroach.
Why can't she dislike both?
I don't know. She just, I think also it's because she did have a fondness for Charlotte's Web, the movie. And I think that, spiders is something that she has kind of a fondness for.
I get it. And I was thinking that today too. I think that you do form any kind of fear or happiness from even maybe an infant. And I was telling Priscilla today, maybe you have some kind of thing going on with your infancy where you were premature and they had all of the tubes all over, keeping you alive for like your first 7 weeks. You have a brain. It's got to be there. It doesn't just dissolve your memories. We don't even know everything our brain can do. So I wouldn't put it past her that she formed this fear from, she didn't know what. She's like, I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go. And it's probably that ICU, neonatal intensive care unit, Cedars-Sinai, which was amazing. By the way, we went back after she was 5 years old and they recognized her. Is that crazy? But really, they recognized me. That I wasn't thinking like that. Oh, they recognized her. I'm like, ha. Okay.
They recognized her. Who recognized her?
The nurse is there. I brought her. We
Oh,
were in
oh.
Beverly Hills one day, which, we move around. I think we had moved to Arizona for a couple years. Well, we moved back. I said, hey, let's drive by Cedars-Sinai Hospital and where you were born. Hollywood. West Hollywood is the address, actually. It's right there, Beverly Hills. You would know if you ever visited there, Johnny. So, here. Well, so she's like 5. We do everything I want to do. She's like, okay, mommy. So we went in there, and I cannot believe it. All the nurses came right up to us and said, Priscilla, Priscilla, and hugged her. They took care of her when she didn't even look like a baby. They're supposed to be inside of you. She was one of a twin that didn't make it, so she was very small, 3 pounds. And they have all kinds of tubes all over them. And my dad's fist. He has a big fist. He's a very tall, big man, but his fist was actually bigger than her. I think her head, well, bigger than her head. Not her whole body, but bigger than her head. His man fist was. But he has big hands, mind you. So this girl probably acquired this fear, just like your sister formed a good feeling from her memory of Charlotte's Web. So I love it, and I do love it when I hear that she really has this memory of a movie we've watched. She's like, I always thought of that, and it always got me through something, and I always remember that. And oh, Mom, remember you used to sing Raspberry Beret all the time? And all the kids said that my sandwiches were the best. When she was in elementary school, I was known for my good sandwiches I would pack her. And now she's packing a sandwich. I just signed a form for her to go look at college. So I'm still signing the form for a little while, but that's very exciting. I'm really happy. So we must face our fears, and there's all kinds of fears. There's fears. I try to think back after you graduated from high school. Did you have a fear, Johnny? Can you tell us a little bit about it if you did have a fear?
When I graduated from high school?
Yes. And you had plans or didn't have plans? I don't know.
No, I was
And did you have any fear?
Yeah, I was nervous about college. It was.
You were. Can you tell us a little bit about the fear? Was it a fear?
See, I have that sense of direction, so it's hard for me to get around.
So you were fearful that you would get lost, or you would look like you didn't know, you felt like maybe you were going to look out of place, or was it you were really fearful for your safety, and your parents were just thrusting you out there?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like them.
No, but that doesn't mean it didn't feel like it.
Okay, so how did you deal with that fear?
Well, the first quarter was okay when I started getting good grades. And,
Oh, good. That's
yeah,
great, Johnny. You got good grades. Well, you're really a smart guy. Well, I bet then you had a boost of confidence. But say you were somebody who let that fear stop them, and you said, "No, no, I can't do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. I don't even want to try. It's too scary." You never would have known what you did accomplish.
mhm.
So, okay, let's take it one step further. From what you accomplished and facing your fear, do you feel like you're further in life? Are you glad you did it? And if so,
Oh yeah, I'm
why?
glad I graduated from college. Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because that's like the one thing that gives me comfort whenever I have a dream that I'm back at school and I'm in class where I don't know what it is. You know, so I
I didn't get
think
that last part. Could you repeat that? Is the only feeling where you
okay,
feel? Did you
I still
feel
have
you felt safe
dreams.
or
I
what?
still have dreams that I'm back in school. Okay, and
Okay.
that I never graduated from high school or something. And the truth is because I graduated from college, I wake up with the comfort of knowing that it was all a dream. If I had not graduated college, I would not have had that dream. You know, the dream,
Wouldn't have had what?
you know how you
Sorry.
have dreams where you're back at school? Do you ever have that dream?
No, never.
Really?
Mm-mm, never, ever, ever.
Mm.
I was just so glad to. Years and years of my childhood just dreaming of being a woman and free. I just, I mean, nothing else could ever beat that. And I was right. I feel I was right. So maybe I block those dreams.
Mm. Yeah.
Were those the best days of your life?
No, no. But I mean, it was. I think it was probably the best days of my life was when I graduated from college.
Why
That
is
was
that?
when I what?
Why is that?
Uh,
You probably
well,
felt a accomplishment.
well,
You,
I
I
didn't
mean,
have to
I
think
shouldn't
about
ask why. Of
school.
course, you.
I didn't have to
Sorry.
think about school. That was also the time when I really started developing real mature relationships. It was like it was becoming more like, oh, instead of Johnny having to worry about schoolwork, Johnny can worry about dating. You know,
Really? And you were free.
yeah. And
Wow.
I mean, it was
Because, oh my gosh, Johnny, you had to put in 2 more years after high school. I don't know if I mean, I wanted to do that, but I just ended up getting a job as a stewardess, flight
actually
attendant.
it was 10 years longer after high school for me to finally graduate from college. But I will tell you, I mean, you do get, when you're done, you feel a sense of like it's over and you're in a different part of your life, and then you can kind of think
All
about
right, well,
things.
it just goes to show you what if you face your fears, but also you did have some good encouragement along the way, which were your parents and your siblings, I would imagine, and
Hmm.
hopefully some nice friends. But what would your suggestion be to people who maybe feel completely alone? Should they contact us at Life, Laughter, Happiness? Maybe they could come
Contact a
on
friend,
and
or yeah,
we could lead them to somebody like one of our specialists,
yes,
like tomorrow, Psychic Dale Shear.
or
Although she's not feeling well at
yeah.
all, I don't know if I should announce it. We may not be doing a Psychic Friday tomorrow, everybody, but hey, Johnny, maybe you and I will go on and continue some kind of
Mhm.
um, conversation.
Yeah, I mean, but you said that Priscilla's afraid of the doctor.
Glad that she has not re-entered. Not that it's a secret, but she wouldn't say, I'm afraid, I'm afraid. I'm just saying it kind of goes with our topic tonight that I
Right.
cannot get my teenager to the doctor because they refuse to go because they say they're okay now. They're fine now. Well, then next time you're here complaining about this that has been bothering you for a long time, like an ankle sprain or nothing too serious. When you feel out, like you need a chiropractor or something. Because I was ready to take you. This is the fourth attempt in a week and a half. So Don't say I didn't try. I haven't tried. I always do try. People have different personalities. Sometimes you have to understand that. And you know what? When I actually do pick up after a almost grown woman, I don't mind. It's just that mother instinct in me. It's like, I'm glad to do it. Like, I'm glad that I look at the dish and I'm glad that that's something that she enjoyed what I made. I have that in me. Sometimes you have to be careful that they don't take advantage of that sweet disposition and nurturing side, because it does happen. But I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying it does. Okay, being a mom of an infant or a toddler or elementary, middle school, junior high, or high school, it's a lot and it's wonderful. It's just absolutely wonderful. But it does take time. It just doesn't happen. Like, Samantha on Bewitched, which I do wish that would be. Or, I love that Genie in the Bottle too was one of my favorite shows. So much. But hey, you never know, Johnny. I mean, you know what they say about just the way the mind thinks that in the future, or we are so behind what's already been, that they've already probably had mind control to get your flying saucer over here real quickly. And because I'm not going fast enough, literally. I was very upset when they stopped the Concorde. Oh, man. That goes fast. Those long flights, 21-hour flights I've been on.
Why did they get rid of it?
Weird, sitting in there. And it's uncomfortable. It's dry. I just don't like it. I'm not afraid of it, though. I'm not afraid of it, but I don't know why they did. They did have a few crashes. You can find all that on YouTube, but I did see it live when it was parked in Nashville, Tennessee when I was living there. Before I moved to Beverly Hills, it was there. I actually drove over there on purpose to get out and look at it because I thought this is rare. They didn't make very many. Well, maybe they made one or two. I don't know. I'm not a Concorde specialist. I'm just saying that I would like that kind of thing to be readily available.
The Concorde is with the super fast planes. You there? Okay. Let's see here. There we go. But what were you saying about the plane?
I was just putting it on mute because I was coughing.
Oh.
And I thought maybe you could take over for 15 seconds.
Okay.
And I even put in the chat over here, coughing. I couldn't even press send fast enough before you unmuted me while I was still coughing. No, Johnny,
Okay,
please.
I'm sorry.
Why are you overriding my mute? I know when I'm muted.
Because I didn't know it was that, but it didn't know that it was on purpose. My apologies.
Right.
But yeah, it's. But what were you saying about the planes or something? The planes used to have these really fast flights.
The Concorde. It was so fast. It would just zoom you over from, say, Los Angeles over to Spain or Italy so quickly. I don't know how long it takes now, but I went to Germany. It was like 24 hours. It was horrible. Oh my gosh. It'd be like a few hours, I think, or 5 or 6. And it's just like luxurious. And it was just so beautiful and it was modern looking. You should see in the wings. It was just ultra modern looking. I don't know why they don't try that more often. There was a few pretty brutal crashes. I think they were super expensive to make and run, but gosh, I hope the future brings those back. I'll send you the link, or maybe, hey, guess what I'm going to do, everybody? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to find it for you and put it on our social media. Life, Laughter, Happiness Podcast on Instagram and Life, Laughter, Happiness Radio Show on Facebook. And there's also that private group, which people come, they never leave. So let's give them something. I would like to give them the link to a few things we talked about tonight. So everybody look for that. And where else would you like to send them, Johnny, that you've been around?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you've seemed like you've covered the bases.
No, you. I mean, do you like the Facebook group? Have you been
Yeah, I
monitoring
like all
that
that
one? You
stuff.
want to send people? What do you want to send people to? What do you want to send people to?
I mean, it would probably be maybe YouTube, where the show is going to be. You mean? Uh,
No, like where do you want? I'm going to send people some links on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to, of things that we've talked about, like the Concord. I'll send, I'll post a link about it. What are
oh,
you
yeah,
gonna? Where do you want to send them? Anywhere
yeah,
else?
anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Just Life Lab for Happiness.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. I mean, you mentioned all the places, so
All right. Okay, good. Well, okay, so fear. What did we learn tonight? Or were we trying to learn something? Or were we trying to teach? Or were we just talking about fear and if we've overcome it? And what did we get out of this evening?
well, I mean, that fear is not always based on logic, but you
Will you
can.
turn your camera on now? Look at the last bit, please, Johnny. I think we deserve that.
Okay.
Okay, Johnny, tell us about your last, just your last ideas or feelings about
So I think
fear.
that fear is basically not always based on logic. That you can actually explain the reasoning, even though the reasoning may not make any sense. If that makes any sense,
Can you repeat that, please?
that fear is not always based on logic, but the reasoning can be explained even if it's not a rational reason.
Yes, well, thank you. I do know that you were raised by a doctor, and he's quite good at what he does. So when you hear Johnny talk about this stuff, you should ask him to repeat it, and you should really listen because, well, I love your dad. He's a very wise man, and he understands me. So
Yeah.
thank you, Johnny, and thanks for your expertise always. And, well, I know it's hard to talk about your deep, darkest fears that may be keeping you from doing something. Not you, Johnny. I'm just talking in general. That's keeping you from moving forward in some area of your life. Maybe it's just as broad as fear of failing, or you already know that it's not going to work out. Well, you're the perfect candidate to actually change your mindset. So there are many ways to do that. If you'd like any help, Johnny and I have interviewed hundreds of specialists, from doctors, scientists, mediums, uh, what else? Psychics.
Mm-hmm.
And don't scoff at it. Don't scoff at it because not that we are some, what do you call it? UFO expert people. We're not some out there people. We're interested and it is interesting. So we have those people that we could direct you to. You could call up tomorrow and ask us some questions. We have
Not
doc.
tomorrow, but
Because we don't have a psychic on. Well, what about me? They can ask me questions.
yeah, they could.
Yeah, I'll take over. You and I will take over. I'm not going to say I'm a psychic because why should I? I mean, why should I?
Yeah.
Everybody's a psychic. Everybody.
Right.
So, Johnny, any other fear thing that you want to talk about? Oh, guess what? There are people. I was talking about fear. There are people that they do not want. Oh, we were talking Sunshine Frost last show. Our guest Sunshine Frost was talking about fear, and people will actually avoid doing something completely, like even having a child. A friend of mine wouldn't even have a child because they were so afraid that they wouldn't be able to handle if something happened to them, which I always thought was weird. But she was saying it comes from another life. Another life that you lived. What else? Where are the other terms for this? A past life? Or
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, what?
I didn't say anything.
I've been. Like, what is it called?
A past life.
Another life. A past life or what?
Past life regression.
No, like you had other lives. Is that what it's called when you had other lives?
I don't know.
No, when you've had other lives. Okay. Well, anyway, Sunshine Frost knows all about it. We could direct you to her. So if you have a problem with fear, she helps you. Also, Psychic Dale Shear will be back in not this Friday, but the Friday after.
Mm-hmm.
She is very good with directing you how to even deal with doctors and even insurance and all that. So, okay, well, we are ready to go, and
We're ready to
just
go.
tell me when you're ready to go, because I can't wait to eat
Okay,
my
I'm going to go ahead
treat.
and stop. Good night, everyone.